arm lock, like the arm sleeve lock, where you would normally put your hand in to charge a device. And then it just has what looks like a small crystal ball on the inside.
And this is whatever came out of the pedestal?
Yes. After Zohar jumped in the water. All the NPCs are just standing there. Barzand is watching. Bruno is kind of just like, just kind of looking around. There's a cold chill blowing through the air. It's very cold.
Can I ask? Can I be like, Varzand, what is the meaning of this?
You have to present magic to enter.
Present what kind of magic?
I'll do it. I'm gonna hit with it. Oh.
Well, so it works like a Magitech injector. So you have to blow a spell slot to activate it, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, so Casimir's gonna do it?
Yeah.
Alright, so
Sweet.
you walk up, and you put your arm in it like a normal Magitech injector, like it goes to your, like, middle of your forearm. But, you know, there's not the common to you sensation of, like, the needle. But instead you're just holding a glass ball with your hand, essentially. And you follow, you know, what you know to be charging a Magitech device, and you release a spell into it, a spell's worth of energy. And then your arm gets released, and you look, and the crystal ball is charged by magic. Like, there's just, like, the Magitech energy flowing in it, but it cascades and splashes against the side of the ball in a pristine blue wave-like formation as it just sloshes around in there. And then a moment or two later, you hear a grinding of stone as the doorway blocking the staircase is now open.
Oh, nice. High five.
Yeah.
And where there was some dirt and algae and buildup and nastiness, before the door, there is nothing past the door. It looks pristine and clean and polished marble, almost as if no one has set foot in here since Varzand and the crew.
Nice. Was there anything else like on the other side? I didn't.
There was a small room, but it was empty and just filled with nasty grossness.
Okay. I will walk by the water, bathe myself in it, just to make sure, just in case, you know, and then walk on forward.
All right. And as you guys are approaching the stairs, then Varzand and Sebastian, when they get halfway down the stairs where the wall of the door was, get stopped. They bump into like a force shield.
So they have to bathe in it?
No, because you walk through the water to get to the door. All of you get wet walking through the water to get to the door. But when they try to go through, something stops. Like Barzan throws her hands up to like go to move forward, and her hands just hit like solid air. Like they just can't walk forward.
Okay.
And Sebastian pipes up.
Oh,
because you stole the relic, you dirty fucking thief.
It might be because you guys have already been here before. Just a thought.
Something doesn't want us in here.
Understandable. We will go on ahead then. Don't kill each other or something, please.
That would be preferred.
Okay. Yeah. Diplomacy and acceptance. And goodbye.
Until I'm sure you don't need her to end the ritual, I'm not gonna touch her.
Alright.
Okay, I guess that's the best I can get out of you. So, goodbye for now.
And Varzan just goes on the other side of the room from Sebastian and sits on the floor.
You know, they say meditation is really good for your mind. go into the other chamber.
And then Bruno just says, Can I stay with the captain?"
Yeah, of course, Bruno. That's perfectly fine. I wasn't expecting you to come with us.
"Thank you." And
Just
then he
be-
sits down on the floor next to Varzan.
Yeah. I'm like, just keep on being the raddest shark that I've ever met. Shark man, shark.
Bruno blushes.
Oh, that's gotta look
He's like,
real weird.
he's like, oh well. Anyway, I'm cutting this. I'm leaving this. I'm going.
All right, and you guys are continuing forward.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds good. Okay. As you continue to walk forward, Zohar, you're met by a change in the floor tile. It changes from the solid gray and black marble to this ornate mosaic glass tile floor with a swirling like deep royal blue pool of water that seems to be flowing into the next room.
This is so fucking intense, dude. Lingers, by the way, taking notes of everything that's happening.
Yes! Oh my god.
Yeah.
For whenever I eventually write a book about us.
It looks like there's a chamber that goes straight past the pool and then also leads out down some stairs into a lower chamber from where you are now. But aside from that, nothing. You don't hear anything. You don't smell anything.
I'm gonna investigate for clues.
All right.
Get real
Ooh.
Scooby-Doo with it.
So what your investigation check tells you is, even though it doesn't look like anyone's been in here because of, the stark contrast between clean and dirty from the other room, there's still flowing water. So something in here is running. And by your estimate, this would be flowing in the opposite direction, like into this room ahead. It's flowing away from where the river water is flowing. So there are multiple complex machinery things going on here, but it doesn't seem like anybody's been here in a long time. So that's a weird clue.
This is really weird. I'm gonna go on to this next room with Zohar.
All right.
And
I found some stairs!
And they go upwards, Zohar.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, probably up to this bridge.
Yeah. Most definitely. Jesus, this is the most water temple we've ever been to.
Oh my god.
Sora, as you hop across, you hop and stand on the mosaic glass floor, and it kind of, and you sink down about a foot, like you had jumped on a big button, and then you jump off as soon as it does the thing, but it doesn't rise back up.
Okay.
But it feels like you triggered something.
That went like I thought it would, which was
is the
bad.
water still running the same way it was right over here?
Still running downward, yes.
Sweet.
No, I'm sorry. It's running, my bad. I misunderstood my own map. It is running from the north to the south. So it's running downward into that whirlpool where it's like spinning down.
Draining. Yeah, okay.
Where it's draining.
Okay.
That's still a lot of complex machinery for a place where you can definitely tell no one has been in a long time.
Yeah.
There's the stairs that go above, a bridge that goes across them, to what looks like a platform up here into another room.
Yeah, and then there are these stairs that I'm checking by over here.
There's those stairs that go upward.
Oh, what's this?
That's where the water continues to flow down. So it's a small plain gray room, and then at the top is actually a small green and blue altar with another one of those crystal balls
want you to go. Yeah, I
I
want to go over
touch.
the.
I touch.
Okay, you touch it and nothing changes immediately. Would you like to? It looks like the device from the other room. Did you want to put a spell slot into it?
No, I have very
Because
few of
that's how
those.
That's how you activate it.
Zohar, did you call for magic?
Are these beds?
I found another one of those injector things.
Yeah, when you walk up the stairs and you walk across the bridge is incredibly well made. Like
Ooh.
dirty, thick wood when you cross the bridge. And there are, it looks like a bunkhouse of sorts. Like there's 6 small beds. There's a foot locker under each of them. But aside from that, the room is plain and blank.
Alright, well, I'm gonna pop open that first footlocker.
All right.
I will
Um,
point up real quick. I will point up to the room above me because that was kind of where I was at before Zohar called for magic and I came down, right? And I will point up and I will send a message and I'll say, "Hey, sucks that we don't have the communicators. There's a magic injector here. I can activate it. You can reply to this message."
I'll get to the Foot Locker in 1 second. So Valindra, you pump a spell slot into the
Oh,
arcane. So
no. I was sending a message up to Sora and Casimir to letting them know that that's what I was gonna do. They can reply in case they wanted to say they were gonna do something else or they were gonna come join us.
I should probably go down there. Be right there.
Oh, did you want to check the Foot Locker first? I'm sorry, since you're leaving the room.
I was doing it, and then they said they were doing their thing, so I figured, like, I'll just come back to this. And
Okay.
I'll do it if it was
All right,
something
so-
in the bedroom.
Yeah.
In the Foot Locker is a small, like a small hand-sized portrait of a Triton man and a Triton woman holding a child. It looks like a family portrait. And then also, it looks pristine, like preserved. And then also, a small, well, not small, but a skinny pair of what looks like combat armor. Like a pair of, like a breastplate and then some lightly armored pants that look like they were made for a lithe figured person.
Take a look at them.
All right. The armor itself is once again pristine and preserved. It looks like a simple metal breastplate. It looks like breastplate. And on it is a symbol of a small whirlpool with an open hand in it that has webbed fingers. Like that's the symbol on the chest of the armor. Like it looks like combat armor adorned with a militaristic symbol or a societal symbol.
Okay, I can dig it.
That's all that's in the Foot Locker.
All right, fair enough.
And then as for the injector, so are you
Yeah,
doing it?
I'm gonna put my hand in it and I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you do it just like with the battery, but you don't get the stinging pain of the needle. You activate it, and the orb fills with a watery wave crashing energy like before. And for a second, nothing happens, and then you hear the grinding of stone, and 2 chambers that were hidden behind hidden walls rise up, and when the walls open, 2 skeletons fall out, like as if they were pressed up against the door. 2 skeletons tumble out, one out of each room.
This was probably a containment unit. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna crush one of the skulls because we're in a super undead area. and I want to make sure that nothing comes after us. And I'm gonna do the same with the other skeleton. And I say, well, there doesn't seem to be much around here. There's nothing else other than like the skeletons, right? I don't want to get in there. Yes.
Yeah,
No?
don't go in there, Valindra.
Yeah. No, I wasn't going to.
Okay.
I will take that as no. There's nothing else.
Wait, what happened when he stood on this pedestal?
It fell like it pressed a little bit.
It sank?
Yeah, and it's still sinking. So since there's nothing more there, then I want to check out. Hey guys, and I will point out. Wait, where's Casimir? Upstairs.
I'm coming back down now.
What'd you
'cause we
find
can
up
go-
there?
Nothing
much.
much. It's beds and stuff like that. And we can check
Okay.
the fancy stairs that are over here.
Oh,
Yeah.
what is this?
Zesty.
Whoa.
Shit.
Okay.
What's over here?
Yeah.
Is there just a wall of ice here?
What was over there, sorry?
Just look like an empty room.
Okay.
Seems like there's a lot of empty rooms.
Ooh, I can see somewhat into the other hallway. You guys see that?
We lost
I
our
wanna.
DM.
I do not see whatever that is, no.
Oh, we lost our.
Yeah, I
lost
know, I
our
just
DM.
noticed that. I was wondering because I was like, hey, the room is empty, right? And I heard no response, and I'm like, Alec.
There's some puzzle here we're not getting. Oh, wait, is this... Alright,
Dude, you guys want to cross over? I can freeze the water.
Hello.
On our way.
hello.
Oh, hey, he's back.
My internet fuckled out. Okay. So in the room, the other objects were
Uh-huh.
in each of the rooms small like duffel bag that looks
Ooh.
like they were in like different spots in each room, but a small duffel bag in each room.
Each
Ooh,
room?
open
Like,
that shit
every
up.
room?
No, in the two secret rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, open that shit.
In each of the packs, you guys compare the two of them. They seem to be uniform, like they're exactly the same. And in each pack is a smaller drawstring bag that has 50 of those beads of nourishment in each one.
Ooh.
A blanket, a pillow, and a book.
Ooh,
What's the
I
book?
opened the book!
The book
You
is
heard
written
him.
in a language. The book is written in a language that none of you can read.
Oh, it's probably primordial.
Can I identify the language? With
Does
some
that
sort
work?
of, I don't know, if I roll like a check of some kind, maybe I could like.
Intelligence. Roll intelligence.
All right. Pretty smarticle.
Do I? I hate that like beads of nourishment show up like as individual items.
Yeah,
I can't bundle.
you're pretty positive that it's primordial.
Yeah, I was.
Do you
I'm
guys
a
want to read
genius.
this?
Not currently. It's
All right.
probably like. Do they look like the same book?
No, they're two different books.
They're two different books.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we can take a look at these later. And if you want, I can just put them in my little handy haversack in my little book storage pouch. Thwoop. And the uniform, I pull it out. Does it look like regular like uniform? Does it look like kind of like jail uniform? Does it look like worker uniform?
In the rooms, they didn't have a uniform in the bag. It was a blanket and a pillow.
Oh, a blanket and a pillow. Okay.
Yeah. However, on the skeletons, like they weren't just bare skeletons. On the skeletons was the same armor that Casimir found in the
Okay.
footlocker.
Okay. Weird. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. We crossed over
And
to
then
the.
when you
this
cross
room.
over into this large room, the marble of these floors are blended as like it's blended with blue and black and white marble to make this like wave like snow like sea foam like wave kind of aesthetic to the marble.
Yeah, which is beautiful, by the way.
And then across the bridges, there's a large pedestal that steps upward into a large walkway where a waterfall is just crashing down. And the water from the waterfall flows over the marble into the large lake that seems to be flowing into the water pool, and or the whirlpool, and it seems like that's where the main source of the water is coming from.
What's
Okay.
going on over by Logan?
And then over here is a small staircase that leads through a covered tunnel. Casimir, with your superior dark vision, you can see that the water leads down the stairs lead down about 200 feet. Well, no, a little before 200 feet. Like 150 feet. And then you see it just looks like it branches out into a hallway that you can't quite see from the top of the stairs.
Okay.
I will freeze. I will use my little water gun to kind of like freeze a little path for Sora and I to take across this little water stream and into this hallway.
Okay.
Because, ooh, what's this? It looks pretty.
So this is a room that seems like it is just painted with that same stained glass, like mosaic glass tile. It's designed with white and blue color motifs to it. And then on the actual walls are a few stained glass murals. And they seem like reading them from right to left tells a story.
Mm-hmm.
There is one that is there's a few as they branch around the entirety of the room. There's one that's just clear white tiles with a border around it. And then there's one after that of a large blue, many different color blue master artist.
Mm-hmm.
This like many different colored blue large creature, like this large humanoid standing over small humanoids, all blue.
Uh-huh.
The next picture shows the small humanoid something like making a building before the large blue creature. Next one shows the blue creature, the blue humanoids in the large building with the large blue creature just watching over them from a distance.
What does the large blue creature, like, in detail look like?
There's not a whole lot of detail because it's like stained glass. It just looks like water formed into a humanoid. And then each of those small blue creatures are essentially formed from like a single blue tile. So it's just like enough to tell that it's supposed to be a humanoid. And then in the final pane, there is the large blue creature seems to be fighting with a large humanoid that has an axe in one hand and what looks like crackling lightning in the other. And the large blue creature and that large humanoid are fighting each other.
Axe? Do I recognize this axe?
After that, there is... I'm sorry, that wasn't the last pane. After that, there's one more pane. And in the final pane, it shows several of the blue humanoids in a small building above a chamber where the large blue humanoid is sitting.
Jesus. I'm gonna point to where they're at because I left that room, and I'm gonna cast message to whoever wants to receive this message, and I'm gonna say, "Did we ever figure out where we're supposed to put the artifact?"
I feel like this spot over here is a bit spicy. I feel something here is. In fact, I'm gonna cast detect magic. I'm gonna the ritual cast it, but I just got a feeling
Good idea.
that there's some magic
I
here.
got a
somewhere.
feeling.
You
Woo-hoo.
are getting extreme magic vibes coming from the waterfall itself. All around you, you're getting faint vibes. The waterfall is very magical.
Is
Ooh,
there?
try putting it under the
There's
waterfall.
not a specific school, it's just magic.
Is this
Alright.
pedestal fully in the ground yet?
Which pedestal? Where are you? Roll 20. No, it looks like it locked into place after Sora jumped off of it.
And was there any? Did the like a door open because of it? Or...
Not in the room you're in.
Guys,
Okay.
should we try putting the item under the waterfall?
That's what I was gonna suggest.
Yeah, pull out the artifact and see how it reacts.
I'm so glad I had the same idea as the smartest person in
And
the
then
party.
if-
High five.
Listen, wait, what's your intelligence?
Who's? Mine?
No, Valindris.
Oh.
Mine? Low. Obviously.
Okay. Oh, so you're being sarcastic. If that doesn't work, let's go down the tunnel where Logan is.
Well, we're gonna need Logan because Logan has the item.
No. Which one? L2?
L1.
He's here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Logan.
Let's do that.
What?
We need the artifact.
For what?
We're gonna test something.
We're gonna put the artifact that we don't want to unwrap underneath the waterfall.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, thinking about it.
Or we continue down and look for like like an actual pedestal and not just a waterfall.
I want to taste the water.
I want to put my dick in the water.
Okay. It's fresh water. Like it tastes like regular.
Can I?
fresh water.
What happens if I try to send Holy Diver through the waterfall?
She walks for a second, goes into the waterfall, and there's a stone wall behind it.
There's a stone wall behind it, boys.
Yeah. How cold is it? I want to like touch it.
I'm gonna telepathically question Holy Diver and ask her how cold is it.
She tells you that the water is cold, but not obviously freezing. It's like 50-degree water. It's very cold.
It's very cold. And then I pet Holy Diver.
Yeah. Well.
My celestial tiger.
You said there was a tunnel down. Kashmir, cash money.
Left here, yep.
All right.
Yeah, there was
We
a
can
tunnel
check
over
that
here.
out. We can check that out real quick, and if it doesn't lead anywhere, we can always test the artifact. However, as I said, we need to keep in mind that we don't know
Where the fuck
what
is
the
L2?
exactly is.
He
said
texted me. He said he'd be back. He had to go do something. Okay, so you guys are going down there. Sounds good.
Holy Diver!
So you walk down the tunnel, and Casimir, after you hit the bottom of the stairs, and you can get a better view because 180 feet, you see before anybody else does. Down at the far end of the room, maybe about 100 feet away from the bottom of the stairs, is a large metal door. Next to the door is a small, another one of the orb, another one of the like injector orbs. But that is it as far as what this hall contains. It's the same gray it's the same gray marble as you go into this chamber as well.
Alright. Well, there's a door.
Let's go check it out. Since L2 isn't here. Hey, Sora.
Yeah.
You mind coming with us and checking for traps?
Sure.
I'm spooked at this place, and you're really smart, so you probably know where to find them and all that shit.
Maybe. Maybe.
Here, I'll
Dude.
give you a hand.
Oh, I mean, we're just walking down a staircase, right? You want to check this staircase, or just?
No, there's a hallway leading to a metal door. I don't know if I should. I'm spooked of hallways, dude.
Okay, I'll check the hallway for the traps, I guess. An investigation check of 12.
I will aid you on that. So.
Well, I was already helping you.
Oh, he already. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Wait, he would get
In
advantage.
case, yeah.
So roll
But
again,
I'm
nigga.
saying, like, I was helping. Hold on, I'll be back in a second.
Roll again, you dumb.
Okay, so we're rolling to check for traps, but where? You said
In
the door?
the hallway and.
Okay, the hallway. In the hallway, you don't see anything as you walk. It doesn't look trapped.
Alright, I guess I'll check the door then.
Okay. The door itself seems to be a very sturdy, very large iron door. Well, you can't tell what kind of metal, but a giant metal door with next to it, almost like a keypad, the injector orb.
I'm back. Do we need to do more? Did I hear injector? Do we need more magic?
Looks like it.
I got this, and I will put my hand over the orb in a very pompous way, trying to mimic the elven wizards I was so used to seeing when I was a kid.
You slap your hand down on that shit, and you slap your hand down on it, and you go to use the spell slot, and to charge it,
Mhm.
and you feel like your magic gets blocked by a wall, and then a message like beams into your mind.
Mhm.
And it's just a woman's voice that says, a woman's voice comes into your mind and says, emergency power systems activated. Main power systems deactivated. Main power system must be restored to open vault door.
The fuck?
Huh. Hey, what if this is the power source? And I point at Casimir's bag.
Maybe it is.
All right, so you're fishing in there for the artifact?
To the waterfall. Is that what we're doing?
What? Why are we putting it below the waterfall?
Because it's extremely magic.
No, we're putting it into the
To the where?
to the power source.
Yeah. What is the power source?
Artifact?
That's what
Possibly.
I'm thinking.
It could
Yeah.
be.
To
But where
me,
do
it
we
makes
put it?
it makes total sense. We put the thing under the waterfall. It powers it up.
Alright, let's give it a shot, I guess. I'm down.
It's over here.
It
Over
was a mural. It was a mural,
So
and it talked
over
about.
here in this room, Casimir, you see a giant open chamber with a large
Wait,
white
what's this?
marble pedestal with 4 pools of water flanking around it.
Wait, what?
The pools of water look pristine and clean, and
Does it
Where'd
look
he
like
even
something
go?
would go on the pedestal or no?
no, this looks like a large like a pedestal, like a pedestal for speaking almost.
Oh, okay.
It's very
then I'm
large.
gonna go. Then I'm gonna go this way.
Where'd
Okay.
he? Oh, goddamn.
I seeing this, what I feel is a beautiful, magnificent chest. We'll look for traps before opening it.
Wait.
Okay, go ahead and roll that for me, Casimir. As you walk up, there's a pile of this yellow bubbling liquid. And next to it on the wall is just a lever that seems to be thrown.
Like where?
On the wall, right where you're standing on the wall, there's a lever, and then the pool is just kind of bubbling.
Yeah, fuck it. Pull the lever.
All right, you throw the lever up, and you are actually kind of thrown back because it stops bubbling, and then a hand comes out of the pool. A light-skinned, small-looking hand comes out of the pool, and I have a picture
Whoa.
of this.
Where is this happening?
I have a picture. I have a picture.
Where are my friends?
Where is T alphabetically? There is T.
We went
After A.
eastward.
Did you say after A?
Yeah.
And before
Such a
Zabu,
ass.
I think.
Alec,
Before
can you
Z.
help me out here?
Who are you looking for?
I think he was looking for Casimir.
For everyone?
We went
East.
yeah, eastward from the main.
A light-skinned woman.
Oh,
wearing
totally missed
an
this one.
wearing an armored like bikini, a trident in her hand, climbs out of the pool, and just comes out and steps up onto the stairs there, Casimir. You're kind of taken aback. You take a step back so she has room. And she just walks out, and she steps up and she says, "Thank you for switching on the power. How can I help you?"
I'm here to return something someone took many years ago. Do you know where this goes? And I'm
I
gonna
am
take out the-
confused.
Okay. You show her the artifact. Are you unwrapping it or keeping it wrapped?
I will unwrap it without touching it.
Okay.
Just
You
so she
unwrap
knows
it
what
without touching it, and now that you can actually see it, I'm gonna send you a picture of what it looks like.
Why?
Ooh, spooky music.
Ooh. A-list?
Ooh,
Oh, yikes.
And when you unwrap it, you look into it. You see two glowing
I'm
little
gonna need to be
balls
caught
of
up.
light in the darkness. And you hear that same familiar tickle in the back of your neck, and you hear the
Where is he?
and you show it to the woman, and she looks at it for a second. And she says, "That is artifact. That is artifact number 895A68. That artifact should not leave the vault."
Yes, and I'm here to return it. So if you could show me the way, that'd be wonderful.
She kind of just like puts her head back for a second. Her eyes go white, and she goes,
where are you all? Because I can't see.
the stronghold's main power generators have been deactivated. They'll have to be activated manually before we can access the vault.
All right, lead the way then.
And she just starts guiding you along, and then I'll handle this investigation check here real quick as she guides you. She guides you downward to here, and then I'm gonna handle their investigation check. So Sora, the chest is not trapped, but it has a lock on it that doesn't have a keyhole.
What is it, like a number lock, or
It
like
is
one of those
a
ones where you spin?
solid, like you don't see a way to unlock it. Like it is a solid chunk of iron with a lock around it that is keeping the chest sealed.
Is the keyhole on the other side? I want to flip the lock over.
No, there's no keyhole.
Oh damn.
Damn. Magic wise, I can't do anything about it. But I do have a
Wait,
crowbar.
what kind of lock is it?
A lock without a keyhole.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah, let's break it open with a crowbar then.
I was gonna say, hey Zohar, take this crowbar. Can you pry the chest open for us?
Where the fuck is Casimir?
How
I
you
start
doing the
pointing around.
classic
I
going off
start
himself?
pointing around random rooms, casting message saying, "Where are you, Casimir? You can reply to this message. Where are you, Casimir? You can reply to this message. Where are you, Casimir? You can reply to this message. Where are you, Casimir? You can reply to this message."
No matter where you point, you don't get a response.
You have to see the person do it.
No. Not if I know them.
Rip.
What
Really?
was that check for, Lior?
Oh.
Prying
Trying
open
to
the
pry the
chest.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. I mean, you grab at the lid and you try to pull, but that lock is keeping it sturdy in place.
I'm gonna try again.
Can I help?
Well,
I
take the-
already have
well, you
advantage,
already
so
have-
no.
Yeah, you already have the
Alright.
crowbar.
Alright, one more time. There we go. 20.
You pull on the chest again, and you hear it creak, but still no budge.
Alright, now you can try your rogue hocus pocus.
No, actually, hey, Salvatore, don't you have things you can do with metal like you did with those stairs that you just folded on the first session? Can you help us out here?
Oh, that wasn't magic. He did that with his old man. strength.
Oh, never mind.
He
know the-
no, he just fucking bent that ladder in the first session, dude.
Yeah. However, does he not have heat metal always prepared because he's a force cleric?
He does.
He does have heat metal always prepared.
Hey, Salvatore, does that help? Because doesn't heat metal like?
Let me tell you how hot it makes. It would determine creature in physical contact with the object, such as see within range, glow red hot.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything to the metal in itself.
Yeah, it just makes it really hot.
It could set the
So
wood on fire.
okay, he casts it. Oh, it has to be a metal object.
Yeah, I'm saying the like
Oh,
metal.
the metal isn't touching wood.
Oh, okay.
The whole chest is metal.
Oh.
Metal or
okay.
stone. And so we'll just say he did it without blowing a spell slot because he's not here and I don't want to do that to him. But he uses heat metal on it, and the lock starts glowing bright red, and then after a minute, it fades back down.
Okay.
Did you have?
Oh.
I wish you had a knock spell.
Yeah, but I thought about taking it and then decided not to because I figured, hey, you can probably learn it, and you
then
didn't.
flashing
Anyways,
back
let's
to
go.
Casimir and the woman.
Let's go find Casimir.
Casimir, she starts walking you this way. And she walks up to the wall here. And she turns back to you and says, "There must be a problem with the temple's or with the stronghold's power grid. I'll have to access the main connect." And she puts her hand on the wall, and a wall slides up that was previously hidden, revealing what looks like a small grate on the ground. Valindra, you come around the corner and you see this white-skinned woman in a bikini with a trident in her hand, in one hand. That's what she looks like. I blew up a token.
Oh my god, that's such a cute two-piece.
She has gills on each side of her neck as well.
Oh, hey, Valindra, I found a guide.
And
Oh,
she
awesome.
walks over to the large grate in the middle of the room. At this point, Valindra has hit like 90 messages across the place, and she's like, "Guys, I'm this way. Guys, I'm this way. Guys, I'm this way."
I
Like,
got it.
guide you to where she
This
is.
chest, could it be picked up or is it nailed down?
It doesn't look like it's nailed down. You can try and pick it up.
Probably super heavy. I'll give it a shot,
Hey.
but I'm not.
Hey, Salvatore,
Ah.
can you carry it for us with your superhuman strength?
Salvatore can't actually pick it up.
Where the fuck are you guys? You know, I'm done.
Um,
What? Who? You literally just left the room. What do you mean?
What, with
Oh,
the
you meant
chest
that.
in it?
Yeah.
We can always come back for it once we're done with whatever we're done here.
also, I have advanced fog of war on now, so you guys should be able
Yeah.
to map the
Which, by the way, thank you for finally turning
shit.
that on.
Oh, that changes everything.
Yeah, you should have a gray outline of where you've been.
I see an empty room, but I don't, oh, I can just walk into it. What's she look like? Oh, she's wearing a bikini. That's weird.
She looks hot as fuck, dude.
Hmm.
Look at her. Look at her.
Oh. Mohawk? That's not
No,
No,
she has
that's
a
a
helmet.
gill.
interesting.
Meant to say the word fucking, not a gill.
What's in this room?
In the room is a small grate on the ground. Looks like it has holes in it. And when she walks into the middle of the grate, it clicks, and about 20 different strands of water come rising up out of the grate. That look like just like unmoving water tentacles come out, and she just starts taking her hands. She lets go of the trident, and it disappears. And then she just starts touching the water strands, like she's like feeling them, like someone running their hand through seaweed underwater. Like she's just brushing past them, and she spins in a circle, brushing all of them. And she goes, she says, "It seems like one of the components in the main gathering room has malfunctioned. If we fix the component, power should be restored to the main facility."
Oh. That's easy. Can you guide us to where the missing component goes?
Absolutely, I would love to. And then she just starts walking.
Sweet. I follow her.
Ah, I gotta move.
You're so polite.
I need to zoom the fuck out. Oh, I zoomed too far. Man, it was not meant to see such horrors.
What should I call you, Mrs. Really Hot Tour Guide? Wait, why did Roll20 automatically reload for me? Wait. Jesus. Does the guide have a name? I asked her for her name.
She does.
What the fuck, dude? Where'd they? Here it is.
I can tell you her name. The name I was designated at my creation was Nimu.
Nimu?
Nimu. Yes.
Yeah, Nimu. Nice to meet you, Nimu.
And then she guides you into this room. And when she walks into the room, she steps onto the platform here. And she just puts her hand down on the platform. And the platform starts glowing with like a wave-like pattern that moves and rotates around the platform, making like this like weird light show kind of effect on the tile that is the platform. And she guides you into there, and then when she lifts off, she says, the component that is damaged is submerged in the pool underneath the platform. My remote accessing abilities have or seem to have failed with the power systems. A technician will need to go into the water underneath the pedestal to fix it.
I already jumped in.
Okay. Sora just dives into the water. Sora, you can see perfectly clear. It's fresh water. It feels nice and cool and relaxing, if not a little too cold, maybe. And underneath the pedestal are what looks like long blue cables that seem to be running from the pedestal. And you can see one of them seems to be frayed and ripped. And upon closer inspection, like you get a little bit closer. It's not a far swim. It's like 5 feet to get underneath the pedestal. The cables seem to be made out of water. Like it's like watery tendrils that are running the platform deeper down into like a 10-foot wide hole that just goes down farther than you can see. And one of the cables coming out of the hole and connecting to the pedestal is frayed and severed, it looks like. And then at that point, you kind of have to come up and take a breath after you've examined.
No, he doesn't, because we all have water breathing.
Oh, you have water breathing. I forgot you can breathe underwater. Thank you. I forgot to give you
Also, I have 2 minutes. No. Anyway.
that. Okay. Well, yeah. So you're underwater. You can breathe totally fine.
Alright.
Point down underneath me. Hey, Sora, can you fix this? You can reply to those messages.
I'm not 100% sure. A cable made of water underwater, it seems confusing. But that's what we're dealing with at the moment.
Nice. You can reply to this message.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna come back up
Okay.
and explain everything I saw and stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is what doohies and stuff are down there, and how do you, yeah.
Okay, so how can we fix the cable you?
I mean, you have like, maybe if you froze it, or maybe
I
if you
turn
your
around.
decanter.
I turn around and I look at Nimu and I'm like, Nimu, do you know ways we can fix a severed cable?
A technician can fix a severed cable for the main power system by using their orb of water control.
Oh, you need shaped water for this. Fuck. Maybe. Actually,
If
you
you
did give me.
misplace your orb of water control, you can always go to your designated storing location and find it from there.
Oh, let's go back to upstairs, and I'm gonna go back to the locker room and be like, oh, whoop-de-doo, I forgot I had it in my locker room, and I'm gonna start checking every single Foot Locker until I find one.
Yeah, that probably would be a good idea.
So you search through the Foot Lockers. In each of the Foot Lockers is what looks like one of those sets of armor. A few, like 2 of them have small books in them. You find in one another painting of what looks like a family. This one larger, like 5 people. Looks like 2 older people, 2 middle-aged people, and 1 younger person. And then in one of them, you find a small scrap of paper. It's written in. Sorry, you recognize it's written in Primordial again. But aside from that, you don't find an orb.
If only I would spell locate object. God damn it.
I'm gonna check, like...
I have that, but I don't have it prepared.
Yeah, I'm gonna check, like, everywhere in the room. Be like, maybe it wasn't in my locker.
So you don't even need a perception check for that. Like, the room is so pristine, it is just the Foot Lockers in the beds.
Oh, okay. D20 plus 2. And I'm gonna roll that as Valindra.
I'm not trying to pop one of these open.
Okay. Wait, what were you doing, Richard?
Trying to pop these Foot Lockers open.
Oh, the Foot Lockers are open. That's what I was telling you was in the Foot Lockers. They weren't locked.
I thought you were explaining that.
Yeah.
No, I was explaining what was in the Foot Lockers.
No, I got you. My bad. My bad.
No, it's
I'm all
okay.
fucked up. Shit. Okay.
That's fine. I don't think there's anything in the room. I did roll a perception, but it's 16.
Yeah, no, I
but...
mean, there's nothing that you didn't see on your first check.
Well, it is always worth a try. I will go down and using. Okay, so I want to like pop up the decanter, right? Using fountain and just kind of like, if I was like almost as if I was drawing with a brush, you know, and just like pouring the water out to like fill in the gap in the in between the cables, you know.
Yeah.
And
so you pour out the water. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Finish.
And then with my other hand, I was gonna just kind of like freeze from one part of where like the severance is from to the other one, connecting them. You know, just kind of like
So
very gently, like pressing the little squirting bunch.
yeah, your Zircon's Relic of Fire Fiendishness doesn't actually function in the water. The trigger feels like it's stuck.
Oh,
And then as you open the decanter and you speak the words to shoot out a gallon,
Mhm.
the water comes out, but it doesn't seem like it actually forms into a cable. But in the back of your mind, you do hear the voice, Sora talk to it in the cave. But you hear a voice in your head in common say, home.
oh. That's weird.
It is weird.
Wait, hold on. Maybe this nigga can shape water for us. He's a water elemental after all, isn't he?
But that doesn't mean one of their abilities.
The what?
Maybe it is. I don't think it's one of their abilities.
Water elementals by base do not have the ability to shape water.
Damn. It was a good thought. But I feel like he'd probably know about this place because he's a water elemental and he just talked to me and said, home. What if he's the dude, what if he's the big ass water creature from the painting? That'd be weird.
All right, I'm back.
In the very beginning, when we first entered this temple, there was a way to go that was not the way we took. It's possible that there are more details out there. Or a dead end. Or it's a super short dead end. I don't know. We didn't go down that
It was
way.
a dead end. It was a dead end.
Alec.
We should just stick to solving one problem at a time.
So, Casimir,
I
Yeah.
know that.
on the opposite side of that wall in the little alcove you're looking at, there is there's a lever like the one that activated did the bubbling pool of water. The yellow
Alec,
water.
impress the lever then.
Oh shit, he gonna press the lever then. Okay, give me a moment. Try not to choke. Oh, it was so much fun. Oh my god, my eyes are watering. That was so much fun. I drank water and I almost just died.
Please don't.
I can't do anything right.
Then, like, perish, man.
Let me see here. All right. Then Paris. I love the vomit. It makes me so happy. 1 second.
I feel like I'm missing something super obvious right now.
There it is. Okay. Okay. So, you pull the lever, and behind you, a wall opens there, Casimir. Oh, did I never seal that one off? I never sealed that one off. That was supposed to be sealed off. So,
I figured.
when you pull the lever, it opens, and a skeleton falls out. This one has no clothing on it. It does have a towel that looks like it was wrapped around its midsection. But the skeleton falls out of the doorway and opens up with that pool at the far end. And when you look at the ceiling above the pool from a distance,
Hey Moira, right here.
you can see what looks like holes in the ceiling, almost like a spout that goes into the pool of water.
I'm gonna examine the skeleton.
All right. Make a medicine check for me.
Fucking medicine.
I'm missing.
So the skeleton doesn't have any wounds on the bones of the body. It looks like however this person died, it was it was with
It was what?
without wounding them.
Probably
Okay.
suffocated.
What do these balls look like? By the way.
Is there like a symbol on the towel?
That same towel or that same symbol with the whirlpool and the open hand on it.
Okay.
And then as you're kind of inspecting the skeleton, the water at the far end in that like pool area starts bubbling. What do you do?
I pop around this corner and I take a peek around the corner.
I'm running all around the place. Casimir, where are you? You can reflect this message.
On the bottom.
Ooh, Casimir.
To the right. If you just exit the first area, you'll see it.
So you're looking and peeking around, and now that the door is open, it looks like the water is bubbling, and then a small tendril starts rising up out of the water, and it's just kind of like scanning the room, almost like it's looking around. But you guys are off to the side. It doesn't react to your presence, and then the tentacle just goes back down into the water.
Okay.
I just put my hood up and walk in.
Okay. You put your hood up and walk in, and nothing. Let me see, actually. Yeah, after you walk into the room, the tentacle comes back up and trains right on you. It's just pointed right at you, Sora.
Guys, do I keep going? I take my hood off then.
Where are you?
The bottom, to the right.
Here, for simplicity's sake, I will move you.
Well, the skeleton died from drowning or something, so I don't recommend it.
And then there's a snappy little Aeolus. I'll move him to.
There's probably something really great at the bottom of this pool, though.
Alright, go for it. Get yourself
Does
killed.
the tentacle?
I'm gonna go keep looking for the orb.
Hold on. Does the tentacle look similar to
This
the?
would be a lot easier if we were all doing one thing.
Alec.
Yes. Hello.
Can I go back look at that chest
Yeah, sure.
and see if like there's anything that I can like use, like how I did with the last one, that number key when we were with the.
Yeah. No, they kind of went over that when they were looking at it. There is no way to pick that lock.
Okay, never mind then.
Did you hear what I said, Alec?
I
Does
did
the
not.
tentacle? Does the tentacle in this room look like the same tentacle that I saw in the big ass water pool?
Not even a little. That was a fleshy gray tentacle. This is a skinny, clear blue tentacle made of water.
Skinny.
And now with Zohar's proximity, it is just staring at him.
Okay. I will.
All right, what is it doing when it's just looking at me? It's like a tentacle.
The tentacle is just pointed at you.
I will grab one of my 57 or something beads of nourishment, right? And I'm just gonna toss it towards the lake.
All right, so you just take the water, or you just take the bead and you just throw it in the water, or
Yeah,
throw it. Okay.
Like toss it like not straight in the water, like up to see if the tentacle grabs it, but just to where it still lands in the water. You know what I mean?
So as the bead flies through the air, the tentacle actually reaches out, grabs around the bead, and then squeezes it until you have, as the bead pops, and then the tentacle lets go of it.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's too strong for a bead of nourishment, so let's try a copper piece. I want to see if it like grabs it and takes it back with them. Plus, it's said to be good luck to throw water in. I mean, to throw money into fountains, so it's.
So you do that same thing. You throw a copper piece. It flies in the air. The tentacle snatches it out of the air when it gets within 10 feet. Snatches it out of the air and then pulls it into the water.
Okay.
and then drops the coin in the water, and then the tentacle comes back out again.
So the range is 10 feet. We've learned our lesson. Let's get the fuck out of here and regroup with Casimir.
I am going to chop it.
Oh. Oh
So that
boy.
means you're getting in its face.
I mean, we're just gonna leave it. Maybe attacking it will help.
Why would attacking it help us control some water?
You never know.
You
I
never
also
know.
find it
Violence is
unlikely.
usually the answer.
Well, I don't know if I go that far. This is probably not gonna work, but hey, whatever. Give it a shot. Have fun.
Okay, I'm going to bring over Holy Diver. Can you bring her over, please?
Where'd you leave her?
I have no idea.
I think it was in the chest room.
Alright, I'm gonna have her run up and get it in its range, and then while it's distracted attacking her, I'm gonna chop it.
So roll a. Are you actually attacking with her, or just having her walk up to distract it?
Both.
Okay, so roll her dexterity for me. Just roll a dexterity check. Okay, she can make an attack on it. That misses.
My turn?
And roll a dexterity check for yourself as well. If I don't call it initiative, he doesn't think he's in combat. Yeah, go ahead and take an attack. See what I did there, though? You like that shit?
Do I hit?
Okay. You do.
Chop it.
All right. So
Give
you
it all chip chop.
You slice outward, and the tentacle comes off, and you hear this like from underneath the water. As then a creature rises up out of the water, a body of water.
Oh man.
With tentacles slinking off of it, making a noise because you just chopped part of it off. And anybody else who
Awesome.
wants to participate, combat has begun.
Alright,
What
I'm
the
guessing I rolled a
fuck,
20 on my initiative.
You did.
Yeah! Awesome.
Jesus.
Violence is usually the answer. I'm just gonna have a Holy Diver go on my turn.
I'll try to roll.
What's your modifier? I mean, I know I go second because you roll a natural 20, but what's your modifier?
0.
Is it a +0?
Well, now me and Richard rolled the same thing.
But you go first.
All right. And that was the first round. That was like a surprise round type situation. So, go ahead and take your turn then, Zohar.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It didn't take its turn for the first round. My bad. It gets to take a turn. So it's going to try and hit you.
But why is this like a surprise round type deal?
No, this was the first round that happened.
That
When
doesn't
you
make any
attack
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
because
just
it was
went
obviously.
last in that first round. So that hits. So you are restrained
Wow.
Oh,
as the creature
okay.
reaches its tentacle out and wraps around your body like much longer than it looked on the creature's body. The tentacle wraps around your body and hardens with this crushing weight and pulls you 5 feet closer into the water with it. And whoops, let me change this to the back. There you go. Zohar is in the water with the creature. And then you also take damage.
Oh boy.
15 damage.
Where's Salvatore?
And now it is your turn. You are restrained.
Where's Salvatore?
He's here.
Where's here?
He's here. He's not participating.
Where's
He's-
Tyrek?
He's half existent.
Where's Tyrek? He would
Also
be here.
Yeah, he's here. You don't have very far vision, my man.
But he would be with us.
You don't have
Not
very
even
far vision.
Casimir is with us. What do you mean he would be with us?
He would be in the room. There he is. There's my nigga Tyrek. There's my
He's there
fucking
the
spirit
whole time.
animal.
He's not your spirit animal.
Bitch, he might be.
If anything, he's Sal's spirit animal.
He also got a 1 on his initiative, so it doesn't matter.
We'll have
Salvatore's on heal bot mode, so
Holy Diver give him old chomp. Okay.
Miss it.
Okay.
And you are restrained, so you can attack, but you have disadvantage.
Oh, okay. I'm going to cast Misty Step. Boop.
Okay. I feel like, yeah, I don't think that's. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
And for my action, I'm gonna draw my Javelin of Lightning and throw it at this fucker.
All right.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't think you have to break the grapple to get out to Misty Step.
Everything
Yeah.
I've looked into said you don't. But I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay, and
So like Misty Step while in manacles? Maybe that's relevant.
I don't think so. I don't.
don't I
just
turn
the
into
manacles.
mist?
Not really. Kind of. It's complicated. Teleportation is weird.
The spell, I'm trusting Chris Perkins on it. The spell only has a verbal component, so as long as you can speak, you can escape from a grapple.
Cool.
That's
Bah!
what it says.
Chris Perkins. It's not a.
And yeah, we're gonna throw a smite on that.
Can you smite on ranged attacks?
No.
I'm super positive you can.
Oh, I can't? Okay.
No, it says melee attack.
Okay.
Oh,
So
Just
it
your
turns
javelin
into
of
a
lightning.
lightning bolt. So 1d6 plus 3 plus 4d6. Let me read this. And a life out of it. Each creature in the line. Oh, okay. DC 13 dex. Oh, half on a failed save. No, half on a successful. Oh, okay. So you're taking the full. Nice.
17. All right.
And that's my turn.
All right. So yeah, Zohar pops out, throws the javelin. It turns into a lightning bolt, like mid-toss, and just flies out and strikes into the creature's form, leaving like a hole behind, doing a good chunk of damage. And that makes it Valindra.
Yeah, I step in here behind Sora. I peek out behind Sora, and I'm like, guys, I was trained for this. And I put the little ice water pistol, and I shoot at that.
Okay,
He's
now
within
if you're
30 feet of
standing
me, right?
behind Sora, he's 35. And
Oh,
if you're
then
behind
never mind.
Sora, he has cover.
Then let's go all the way up here, because I have movement. I can go up here. And I'll roll. I'm 30 feet of movement now, right?
Yeah.
Everything good? No cover or
Yeah.
anything? Look, does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Sweet. So I deal. Are you ready for this? I deal 1 cold damage.
So you hit the creature. The water flies out and coats it in a thin layer of ice, and you can see its movements have slowed. And you deal your 1 damage.
Yeah. And
Actually,
I
rounded out the enemy's health. Thank you.
that was my plan all along, baby. And then I go, Alis, you know, I always believed in you. You're the one, the first one that's gonna please use my bardic inspiration this session, and I give you bardic inspiration as a bonus. And that's my turn. Actually, can I move back behind Casimir afterwards, or behind Casimir, behind Sora or Alis afterwards? Right here.
Yeah, that's fine. Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
All right.
Sweet.
So
Oh, yeah.
for the
Who'd you use bardic
creature's turn,
inspiration on?
you. For the creature's turn, it is going to. Its movements look slowed as it's like kind of half frozen by ice. It is going to reach out and grab Holy Guide.